Try this popcorn, baby. CBS-FM, I'm Bob Shannon. By the way, if you're listening on a battery radio in Yonkers, even though it's running on batteries, do not take the radio into the bathtub or shower with you. No, do not, no! Tried to warn you.
With me and I feel fine.
You've got the magic touch.
Yes, every 2-year-old in the world loves the ending of that song. CBS-FM used to send that out to David Copperfield from Claudia Schiffer. I think that's off now, isn't it? 101.1, it's 512. I'm Bob Shannon. I go for a physical about once a week these days. You know? Just hoping the doctor will tell me to take it easy, and I can goof off the rest of my life.
Well, I'm running. Oh, we got it easy.
CBS-FM 101 with the greatest hits of all time. And the hits just keep on coming.
Box Top, CBS-FM, Save Enough. We'll send you a decoder ring one of these days. It's a 518. 1968 was the year for that, by the way. At CBS-FM 101, New York's oldie station, I'm Bob Shannon. And by the way, CBS-FM and Kiwi Airlines are going to help you get away from it all with trips to Orlando, Florida and Universal Studios, plus $101 spending money. We just gave away a trip last hour, and your chance to win is going to happen again tomorrow morning between 5:30 and 9 with Harry Harrison on CBS-FM 101, New York's oldie station.
Nobody does it exactly like hurts when it's got to be someone who thinks of you first.
From Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, there's no place exactly like this great country to enjoy the weekend. And when it comes to low leisure weekend rates with free unlimited mileage, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. Rent a Ford Aspire or similar car at participating airports for only $25 per weekend day. Only $25 with free unlimited mileage. Hertz has great weekend savings on other cars, too. Availability is limited when booked within 7 days of today. Not available in Florida, Hawaii, or New York metro area. Advance reservation requirements and significant restrictions apply. Optional LDW, $15 a day or less. Call your travel agent or Hertz for details and ask for the exact rate.
Nobody does it exactly like hers. Exactly like hers.
Today, I'm driving north, all the way to Boston. I'm in my car, on my cellular phone, calling you back in New York because I couldn't wait to tell you this. Only AT&T Wireless Services offers you service for just $14.99 a month that lets you call all the way from Boston to Washington, D.C. And the airtime costs the same as if you were calling Manhattan from Queens. Sign up on our basic plan and get $5 off a month for 24 months. Only AT&T Wireless Services gives you this. The other guys, their lowest monthly plan charges you extra when you call from outside your chosen zone. So ours is the best deal in town. The best deal, in fact, across all these towns. From Poughkeepsie to Paramus to Providence, the airtime is the same. Now is the time to call AT&T Wireless Services for cellular service at $14.99. It's essential if you're driving long distances, like to Boston, or even if you're just driving the babysitter home. Technology that sets you free, AT&T.
Call 1-800-IMAGINE by January 31st. 2-year commitment required. Restrictions, activation, early cancellation, and other fees apply.
Baseball great George Brett for Your Life Vitamins. I've been taking Your Life vitamins for over 15 years. And now my friends at Your Life have introduced something on the leading edge of nutritional science. Phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are made from fresh vegetables, so you get many nutrients not found in vitamins alone. I take them to make sure I'm getting enough of a good thing. For me, it's like getting a fastball right down the middle. Look for Your Life Phytonutrients at Osco, Walgreens, and other fine stores.
101 weather.
Mostly clear tonight. We're going to be cold. Lows near 20 in the city and down to near 0. Well inland, though. Well inland. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs in low 30s. Wednesday, it's going to be cloudy with a chance of occasional drizzle and a high near 40. 33 now in New York at CBS-FM. See if the group singing this song sounds familiar. You can place them in your memory here. Well, it was this very day, January 15th, in 1961, that Motown Records signed them up. Actually, Berry Gordy had sent them away earlier, told them to finish school, and they came back. Hired them to do some backup work at like $2.50 per session. And they were still a quartet then. Barbara Martin was the fourth member. But soon it would just be Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, Florence Ballard, yes, the Supremes, formerly the Primettes, signed to Motown today in 1961. And oddly enough, records like this one that you're hearing in the background were produced by Smokey Robinson. And even Smokey's magic touch didn't seem to work with this act until they turned him over to the crack production team of Holland Dozier and Holland, and then began, the string of 12 #1 hits, the 50 million records sold. It all began January 15th, 1961 for the Supremes, CBS-FM. La estación donde tocamos el más Motown, 101.1 CBS-FM.
So if you're looking for a lover, oh yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. Oh yeah, she may be fine on the outside. Oh yeah, but so untrue. The station you sing along to, CBS-FM.
Wind and storm, tragedy.
Sharpton diverts marchers into a Brooklyn ceremony. It's 32 degrees and clear at CBS-FM. I'm Jeff Allen. This news is sponsored by American Express. The Reverend Al Sharpton took over the stage at the Brooklyn Academy of Music today, where Mayor Giuliani was getting ready to give a speech remembering Martin Luther King. Sharpton accused police of disrupting a planned march across the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well, we did the tradition of Dr. King this morning. We did nonviolent protest that shut the mayor down in the place that he was highlighting his King appearance.
Police say organizers had agreed in advance to use the pedestrian path on the bridge and not stop traffic. President Clinton says Dr. King's legacy reminds the nation it must be the world's drum major for peace, and said Dr. King would have approved of sending U.S. troops to Bosnia. Mr. Clinton spoke at the King Day service in Atlanta today. 5 black religious groups have formed a company to strengthen the buying power of black consumers. Revelation Corporation says members will be able to acquire home mortgage loans, insurance, food products, and durable goods through a catalog. Only a handful of Con Edison customers are still without power in Yonkers. Some cables were damaged by melting snow at the Granite Hills substation about 1 this afternoon, knocking out power to 50,000 customers. Pessimism continues to reign when politicians talk about a budget deal. One senior White House official said today that prospects for a budget deal anytime soon appear dim. House Budget Chief John Kasich agrees.
We're universes apart. Contrary to what we have heard, we are miles and miles away. I mean, just on a basic issue like welfare reform, you know, that we can't even reach agreement on whether able-bodied people between the ages of 18 and 50 who get food stamps ought to be required to go to work.
101 Sports and Weather next. CBS-FM News Time, 5:32.
This year, I wanted a vacation that would stimulate the kids, both intellectually and physically. Something they would really retain without being extravagant. So I used the American Express card to book the White Glove family adventure to Walt Disney World. It includes 3 whole nights at Disney's Contemporary Resort, 4 days, unlimited admission to all the
cool parks. And we went to Epcot Center and saw Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. The show was like the movie, and they zapped us real tiny. And we went to Tomorrowland and saw all these aliens, and we got 250 free Disney dollars that are just exactly like real money. And I got to hold some, and I bought candy and a Mickey hat. And I went to a show where I got to go on stage. We even had breakfast with Mickey and Goofy, and I thought it was the most
awesomest and enriching vacation our family ever shared. So call 1-407-WDisney to book your White Glove family adventure. It's perfect for the whole family.
Restrictions and blackout dates apply. Package available at selected Disney Resort hotels.
CBS-FM Sports. The Knicks lost to the Bucks this afternoon, 98-92, and the Islanders beat Tampa Bay 3-2. Later tonight, the Nets will host the Raptors. 101 weather tonight, clear and cold with lows down near 20 in town, down to the single digits inland. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs in the low 30s, and the outlook for Wednesday, cloudy with a chance of occasional drizzle, highs up near 40. Right now, it's 32 degrees in New York. I'm Jeff Allen. Now it's time for the CBS-FM Traffic Watch with Dennis O'Mara.
If you're coming into town, you don't want to go anywhere near that upper deck of the George Washington Bridge. About a half-hour delay. A lot of that's tied in with some problems on the Cross Bronx with an accident, plus problems on the Deegan we've had all afternoon up around the 2:30s. Use the lower deck, or better yet, head for the Holland and Lincoln tunnels. Delays there right now are rather minor. Outbound lower deck Queensboro Bridge remains closed. Earlier, cinder blocks fell off the truck, and they're trying to pick up all that mess out there. In New Jersey, Edison is the trouble spot. Southbound Route 1, delays for miles near Parsonage Road. There's a truck that's disabled, closing 2 lanes, but the backup extends all the way back through Linden Airport. We're noting some added delays, too, on the northern state, heading east out through Nassau County. Northbound D subway service on the B lines now from Stillwell to DeKalb Avenues. I'm Dennis O'Mara with the CBS-FM Traffic Watch.
So the OJ video came out, right?
Oh, yeah,
Saw it on the fantasy shelf at Blockbuster. And apparently he wanted a more credible narrator for it, but Jiminy Cricket wasn't available. That's how your little kid asks for water, isn't it? That's CBS-FM New Orleans with Bob Shannon, moving out with Billy Joe. I'll take Christy. Somebody else already did. But she dumped him too. If you're moving out, I guess there'd be nothing in your closet, right?
Oh, you wicked man.
I don't know. I just say these things because I'm a troublemaker.
101 weather.
Here at CBS-FM, mostly clear and cold. Got a low near 20 in the city, down to near 0 inland. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high in the low 30s. And Wednesday, cloudy with a chance of occasional drizzle. And a little in my throat there momentarily. And a high near 40. It's 32 now in New York at CBS-FM. Thought I'd lay a little lost hit from the Righteous Brothers on you. This was their follow-up to You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin'. Although not quite as successful, it was a top 10 hit and pretty decent song, too, on 101.1.
There's a lot of things I want, a lot of things that I'd like to be.
One station's got them. CBS-FM 101.1.
Probably violate some zoning ordinance. You know what I'm saying? If I could build my world around you, I would. Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell, CBS-FM. 12 to 6, it's Bob Shannon as we celebrate today and honor Mr. James Naismith. Who? Well, back in 1892, on this very day, January the 15th, James Naismith was first printed in the Triangle newspaper in Springfield, Massachusetts, the rules of a game that originated in Springfield. It was called basketball. Yes, the rules first published on this very day back in 1892, and in honor of that, of course, the Knicks lost today to the Bucks, 98-92.
When was the last time you saw your country or listened to its voices, its energy, its spirit, and its pride? From everyday moments to those that changed the course of history.
The hero pilot who survived the Boston.
No one brings you the sights and sounds of America like the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. Have you seen your country today?
Value. It means getting the most out of your dollar without sacrificing quality or service. That's exactly what you'll get when you fly Kiwi International Airlines. At Kiwi, value is what we strive for every day, and we're succeeding. We believe that true value starts with people. You'll find that out the minute you step on a Kiwi plane. Kiwi is run by a staff of airline professionals that are just that, professional, courteous and friendly to a fault. That's because they're not just employees, they're owners too. And that means they have a vested interest in making you happy. The result is service that's superior in every way, or what we call the special Kiwi touch. We also know that comfort's important too, so we put more room between the seats, giving you more room to stretch out. And of course, Kiwi fares are more than fair. They're downright affordable. So if you're looking for value, look at Kiwi International Airlines, with flights from New York to Atlanta, Chicago, Orlando, Tampa, and West Palm Beach.
Yes, it's not just a strange fruit anymore. Join us weeknights from 7 to 11 for the CBS-FM Hall of Fame. Now, tonight being a weeknight, it's Monday night. It's going to be Monday Night 70s. And the music of Casey and the Sunshine Band with Mike Fitzgerald coming in, sponsored in part by Neutrogena. Now, if you can't wait till Sunday night, yeah, you got to do it. The Doo-Wop Shop on Sundays, as you know, at 7 o'clock. That, with Don K. Reed, will be sponsored in part by Independent Savings Bank.
Bob Shannon, CBS-FM.
Tired of mowing the lawn. See, I like winter. Gives you a break. You know? Shovel? Oh, no. Yeah, they have electric lawnmowers, or power mowers, but not power shovels yet. That's what the world needs. You would-be inventors, get on the case, will you? CBS-FM, and well, it's time for the music calendar now as we look back, way back, on January 15th of years gone by. It was in 1958 on television's show The Big Record. Now, The Big Record was one of the earliest programs to spotlight some of the rock and roll artists. Primarily, you know, they had a lot of standard music. Patti Page was the host. But if there was a big rock and roll hit, they would do it and bring on the people that did it. And in this case, on this day in that year, 1958, on The Big Record, the Del Vikings were on CBS television. In 1964, the Beatles' first concert in France at the Cinéma Cyrano in Versailles. Now, how many people you think were there waiting at the airport in Paris for the Beatles' arrival? You know, 500, 5,000? No. No more than 60 people showed up at the airport, believe it or not, for the Beatles. Their very first gig in France. Also on the bill was American singer Trini Lopez and French hitmaker Sylvie Vartan. In 1965, this day, January the 15th, The Who released their very first record called I Can't Explain. The other side was Bald-Headed Woman, and it was released in Great Britain, of course, a little bit later on. We got to hear it here. And January 15th, 1972, this was the day the music died. As American Pie hit #1 on the charts, would stay there for 4 weeks. And a masterpiece it was. And 1967 today. This was the infamous appearance, yes, of the Rolling Stones on Ed Sullivan. Yeah, today in 1967, told to change the lyrics to Let's Spend the Night Together. Some say they changed it to let's spend some time together. Well, that's what they wanted them to change it to. Mick just sort of mumbled the lines, but did deny the producers a certain moral victory, don't you think? That old medieval menage. Let's spend the night together. And the Rolling Stones, or as they did it in Ed Sullivan, let's spend something like that. It's, of course, you know, Mick slurred everything he's saying anyway, so what was the difference? It's 6:20 at CBS-FM 101, New York's oldies station. You're 10 away from Phil Pepe's Pep Talk.
To help you plan your TV time, CBS presents this Monday Night Rhyme. First on The Nanny, Fran quits in a huff. Is it for real or is it a bluff? On Can't Hurry Love, Annie's birthday gets strange. She decides her life's boring and needs a big change. Then Murphy goes after a world-famous star, but must choose when a better story calls from afar. High Society's next. Plastic surgeons arrive. Can Dot and Ellie escape from their knives? Don't miss the Monday night comedies tonight on CBS.
Going to Florida or Hawaii this season? Budget Rent-A-Car has some advice to help you get the most out of your vacation. Play more, spend less. How? It's simple, but you've got to act fast. Just rent a compact car or larger from Budget at our low weekly rates in Florida or Hawaii, and you'll walk away with more than a set of keys. You'll get a savings book with $400 in special offers and discounts on hotels, restaurants, and attractions throughout Florida or Hawaii, so you can spend less on your vacation and have more money to play with. But there's not a lot of time. You must complete your travel by the end of March to take advantage of these savings. So to get low weekly rates in Florida and Hawaii, plus our $400 savings book, call your travel consultant or Budget today at 800-527-0700. Budget, all the difference in the world. Savings books are available at participating locations while supplies last and are not available with corporate, government, tour, or wholesale rates or with any other promotional offer.
Can anyone explain to me why prices are always rising? From movie tickets to cars, prices just keep going up. That's why it's such a pleasure to announce that at Waldbaum's, thousands of prices have gone down. That's right, I said down. It all started with Waldbaum's Valued Shopper Club card. Then came Waldbaum's Power Buys with hot specials every week. And now Waldbaum's has lowered thousands of prices all over the store. Just walk down any aisle and look for the blue and yellow shelf tags that say now lower price. You'll see the savings everywhere. Then fill up your cart and look at the total. You'll see a big difference. And every week, Waldbaum's has thousands of lower prices all over the store. In today's economy, it's nice to know there's one place you can go where prices have definitely gone down. Waldbaum's.
Down, 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 down. Waldbaum's prices keep going down, 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 down. With new lower prices going down.
This is an economic trend I can relate to.
101 weather.
Mostly clear, cold, down to 20 in the city tonight, down to near zero, but we're used to it, aren't we? I guess the thing to do is just pig out, you know, put a couple of layers of fat on you, and you won't care how cold it gets. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs in the low 30s. Wednesday, cloudy with a chance of occasional drizzle and a high near 40. I've had that. It's 30 degrees now in New York.
Bob Shannon, CBS-FM.
Doobie-doobie-doos. Now let's add the ba-ba-bas. CBS-FM on the monosyllabic label. CBS-FM Beach Boys, along with their buddy there, Dean Torrance from Jan and Dean, who really sang the song. And did they pay him? We don't know. It's 6:30. Let's look at the sports. Well, The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Knicks 98-92 at the Garden today. Vin Baker of the Bucks had 30 points, 13 rebounds. But here's the worst part. The Bucks were not leading in the game until the final 6 minutes. And afterwards, Coach Don Nelson is quoted as saying, "We're doing a lot of things poor teams do. We've got to come out of it by taking better care of the ball." Nicholas Sanderson extended his point-scoring streak to 8 games with a goal that gave the New York Islanders a 3-2 win over Tampa Bay today. Also in the NHL this afternoon, Vancouver shut out Boston 6-0 on 37 saves by Corey Hirsch. The top seeds at the Australian Open tennis tournament will be playing their first-round matches in a couple of hours. Monica Seles opens against American Janet Lee, and Pete Sampras faces Australian Richard Fromberg. Well, the Super Bowl lineup is here, and Phil Pepe's going to talk about it. Everybody's saying it's like the 1970s again, right? Right? Well, we'll see. Here's Phil Pepe's Pep Talk, sponsored by Bel Air Mountain.
We had hopes for the Pittsburgh Steelers, hopes they would finally give us a competitive Super Bowl, maybe even give the AFC its first realistic chance in years of ending the NFC's dominance. We based that on the Steelers' blowout of the Buffalo Bills and on the Cowboys' struggle against the Eagles. But that all changed after yesterday. Suddenly, the Cowboys look invincible again, and the Steelers look beatable. In fact, they were lucky to survive the Colts. Now put the Steelers against the Cowboys, and it looks like a mismatch. The Cowboys have too many horses, all that experience, all those weapons. Most of all, the Cowboys have Emmitt Smith, who does 2 important things for Dallas. He eats up huge gobs of yardage while allowing the Cowboys to control the football and the game. And he wears down opponents. Oh, and one more thing about Emmitt. He's a winner. The hype starts now. The game is 2 weeks away. But from this vantage point, it looks like the Cowboys and no contest. I'm Phil Pepe, and that's the Pep Talk. Sports every morning on the Harry Harrison Show on CBS-FM 101.1.
Yeah, I got to say, I was in Pittsburgh when the real Steelers.
Right.
Thing, and it's not the same.
No, it's not.
Really not the same. No. But everybody hates Dallas around here, so I better stay out of this one.
Yes, I think we should.
Here's Mr. O'Mara.
Well, a couple of places to stay out of on the roadways. One of those, certainly that inbound George Washington Bridge. Still about a half-hour delay. We started out with the upper deck being backed up, the lower deck's backed up. Now everybody's backed up at George. If you're coming into town, stick with the tunnels. That's the best options we can offer for you. They still have all those lower deck lanes closed at the outbound 59th Street Bridge. Now they say until further notice. A bunch of cinder blocks earlier this afternoon fell off a truck, and apparently it's damaged the roadway or whatever. Midtown Tunnel, that would be a good way to go. A lot of problems in Jersey. 17 South jammed at 4. The Parkway is jammed south through Bergen and Essex County. Edison, New Jersey, I think it's been one of the big delays. Southbound still a couple of mile backup, but it should get better at Parsonage Road. They have finally cleared a stalled truck from the roadway. LIE facing some westbound delays near the Seafood Oyster Bay Expressway. Those of you riding the trains, we finally made it through a day where we really didn't report any train delays. We do have some minor slowdowns on D and Q trains, but they're getting back on track again after earlier problems. I'm Dennis O'Mara with the CBS-FM Traffic Watch.
Well, the report says that the Clintons are nearly broke with these Whitewater legal bills.
That's right.
And you can tell the president is trying to cut back on spending.
How's that?
Because he no longer asks the White House chef to supersize his dinner. With those words of wisdom.
Yes.
By the way, for those who are students of the weird will understand why I dedicate this to Emmanuel Velikovsky.
Be seeing you.
What is he talking about? WCBS-FM 101.1, the station that plays your favorite oldies. You don't like this one? Oh, well, I'll play another one right after. The Grassroots. Oh, you love it. Waiting a million years. Oh, you were in line at the video store this weekend, too, huh? Yeah, you know. CBS-FM 101, New York's oldie station. It's 19 to 7 o'clock with Bob
The
Shannon.
same old Friday night scene. Boring.
Put some light in your nightlife. Friday night skiing at Bel Air Mountain. We'll leave the lifts on for you. And the lights. Night skiing is fun, exciting, and on our chair for two, it might even be romantic. Make a day of it. Come early morning or afternoon. At Bel Air, ski all day. Stay on for Friday night skiing, all with the same ticket. And college students, Bel Air Mountain has a special rate for you. Just $19 Monday through Friday. See? You can ski the difference at Bel Air Mountain. What's more, you don't have to know how to dance or tell jokes to be noticed. Friday nights you can ski in the limelight and bask in the glow of the fire of our friendly lodge. So put some light in your nightlife with Friday